So first I'd like to thank Vasto for contacting me about the event and speaking before all of you today. I'd also like to thank the committee as well. We're here today to express gratitude and thanks to the families and the individuals that have given their bodies to science. What they have given us is something that no one can take away from us, and that's knowledge. In a sense, what they have done for us is given us a gift that we will return to society as a whole, trying to better the lives of patients that we see in our careers. I myself have been touched by 2 cadavers in my life. They gave the ultimate sacrifice for someone they have never met. One gave me a kidney, and the other one gave me a liver. Their sacrifice allowed me to pursue my education and eventual career as a physician assistant. In a sense, they live on through me. Comparatively speaking, the donors that gave their bodies to science live on through all of us, through the acquisition of knowledge that we will carry with us throughout our entire careers. So I put together a little PowerPoint. You're gonna love it because it's only 3 slides, not 93. So basically, I'm gonna go through the background of disease processes in my body that led to transplant. So this is my best friend. It's chromosome 6, short arm. The PKHD is located on that gene. Crowley's disease is also associated with liver failure, which commonly is associated with polycystic kidney liver disease. The incidence of polycystic kidney disease, the recessive form, is between 1 in 10,000 to 1 in 40,000. They don't have an exact number on it because it's very difficult to diagnose at birth. The incidence of Crowley's disease is 1 in a million. So in a sense, I basically won a lottery that I shouldn't have won. So this picture here is what the kidneys look like at birth of the neonate. Primarily, most of them die due to pulmonary hypoplasia. The kidneys are so big that they press on to the lungs and they die of respiratory compromise. The picture on the right is this is the biliary tree of someone with Crowley's disease, and as you can see, it's not as smooth as what they should be. It's a malformation of the ductal plate of the biliary tree, and which leads to liver fibrosis and eventual liver cirrhosis. These are CT scans of what they look like on imaging. So I was diagnosed with this at birth, but nobody knew that I had any of the liver disease going on. I wasn't diagnosed with Crowley's until the age of 18. What happened, and the way they diagnosed me is because I had an esophageal bleed due to portal hypertension, and which nearly killed me at that point. So at that point, when I was 15 years old, I received my first kidney transplant from my father. And that one lasted for about 11 years. And after that, during that time period is when I was diagnosed with liver disease. And what happened was the Cleveland Clinic would not take me because I was such a high-risk case. So I had to go to Pittsburgh. So I went over to Pittsburgh. They decided to take me as my case. And I received a liver transplant in 2003 from a donor that was 50 years old who passed from a head trauma. Subsequently, after that, my kidney that my father gave me wouldn't work, stopped working. So I had to go on to dialysis for about 5 years. And during that time period, I tried to do what I can to keep myself occupied. So I went to school, and during that time period, I was on dialysis, and it's very difficult to be on dialysis for that much of a time period. Luckily, in 2007, I got a call for a donor. They found a donor, and the donor was actually a 3-month-old baby who passed due to shaking baby syndrome. So they called me. I went over to Pittsburgh. They did the transplant. Everything worked out fine. Produced urine right away. So the difficult thing for me is to try to reconcile this every day in my life. That's 2 individuals, completely didn't know me, gave their lives to not only me, but saved the lives of many other individuals as well. And it's to them that I'm truly grateful for being here and pursuing my education. Just like all of us, when we work in cadaver lab, we're kind of receiving a similar gift. And there's nothing more greater than receiving knowledge that nobody can take away from you.